Here we're looking at the LAM 1000 Laser Aiming Module, LAM 1000. It's an ILWLP, which is an Integrated Laser White Light Pointer. That's the military designation for this. Basically a laser light. Very heavy duty, made by Insight Technologies. This one is military, so it's actually has a disclaimer right on here that lets it get past the FDA requirements for the 5-watt laser cutoff. So this one has an infrared illuminator that's 30 watts. Pretty neat. Taking a look at how this light functions. In that middle position, the master switch here, everything on the left side is visible, everything on the right side is infrared. So on this left side you've got the visible illuminator, which basically means light bulb, and the pressure switch here, or this switch in the back will turn that on, and it can either be temporary or locked on. It's 100 lumens, so it's a pretty substantial bulb. In addition to that, you've got the laser, so I'm going to flip the main switch here to laser, and now the pressure switch, without any extra adjustments, is going to apply to the laser. And again, laser dot, like most people are familiar with, it does work with the switch as well. Now we can switch it back to the illuminator, the white light, and the white light by itself. You can adjust this thing and bring the laser on, and now it's the white light and the laser. I'm not sure if it's going to show up in the video, but the laser dot and the white light are both coming on now. I was using the pressure switch for it, but you can see here that it can work with the constant on switch as well. The remote switch just plugs right in and out. Okay, so flipping over from the visible side over to the infrared side, we've got the infrared illuminator, which is the 30 watt. I don't want to look at that, but if you look at it there on the camera can see infrared. I'm going to go ahead and turn the room lights down, see if that makes it any more effective. You can see the dot there, but because this isn't night vision, we're not going to see much more than just the dot. Bring the lights back on. The unit is about 5 ounces with the batteries. It attaches to any Picatinny rail or any mill standard 1913 rail. It's actually got a attachment. You can see this front kind of wiggles if I were to loosen this screw. This is a diffraction grating, or a I guess they call it a pattern generator. So from what I hear, I haven't gotten to test this yet, but it'll throw a different, maybe a crosshair or some different shapes to the lasers, which is kind of neat. If you want to change the batteries on it, you push down on the bulb unit, it pops out, and the CR123 batteries can come out. The way it works is it'll slide down and then across. Get that back together. Make sure I put the battery in the right way, and I did. So it's a pretty solid unit. It attaches to a Picatinny rail. So I'm going to attach it to my Smith & Wesson M&P here. Very solid attachment. With my trigger finger I can adjust the laser on and off if I needed to. I can easily get to the switch. The switch is actually like a rubber, which is kind of neat, so if it, it can take some shock and not break. The main switch is here, easy to adjust. I can turn it off completely, so if it was being stored or in a range bag, it wouldn't be turned on and lose the batteries. It's law enforcement only, military only, so it's not something that everybody can get because of the infrared lasers on it and because of the FDA waiver that lets it go beyond the 5 watts that we're normally allowed to play with as civilians. You can see that on the weapon, it's a little large from this area, but it's not too wide. From the business end, you can see that the illuminator is definitely right in line with the barrel, and the laser is quite a bit down, but it is also, not too far off from the bore axis. The nice thing about this one is the PEC 14. The difference is that when you aim your visible laser your infrared laser is aimed at the same time. Those are co-aligned, and great feature. You know, anybody's ever tried to adjust a laser with night vision, it can be a little tedious, so nice to be able to do that in visible light and know that your infrared is also adjusted. So again, another interesting product from Insight Technologies. Unfortunately, it's not something that we all get to have and play with. It's the PEC 14 ILWLP LAM 1000.